Have you ever noticed how quickly Enneagram conversations can get, well, pretty dense? There's a lot of information. Wings and lines, instincts, subtypes, centers of expression or intelligence, and that isn't even mentioning the characteristics of our own core type. Now, don't get me wrong, depth matters. We love the depth, but here's the question. What if all that information is actually making it harder for your clients to use the Enneagram, not easier? What if the very things we're trying to offer, clarity and understanding, are getting buried by over explanation? We think our clients will benefit from all of the information. And as coaches, we're trained to be thorough. We want to be accurate and we want to honor the sophistication of this age old system. And honestly, being able to explain the Enneagram well is part of our credibility. But here's the problem. The more we explain, the harder it can be for clients to orient. They may nod along in session, but later they're thinking, do I really understand my type? This is a lot of information. Am I doing this right? Why does this feel harder than it should? Information overload doesn't usually show up right away. It shows up later when clients don't remember, they don't apply, or don't return to the material. And if understanding doesn't lead to application, then growth slows. So the real question is, how do we preserve depth without overwhelming our clients? This is where visual tools come in, not as decoration, not to make things look cute, but as thinking tools. Visuals like color and simple imagery help clients orient to what's important. They help clients see patterns and hold complexity without carrying everything in their heads. They even have the power to help clients apply the ideas to real life. And as the information starts to build and becomes even more complex, visual summaries or maps can help, not as a shortcut and not as a replacement for depth, but as a way to consolidate what matters most. If a single visual can help a client make sense of one complex idea, imagine what a well-designed visual map can do. A one-pager can hold a lot of information without asking clients to track all of it at once. It highlights core motivations. It organizes related ideas. It shows how traits connect in real life instead of listing them in isolation. The goal isn't to include everything, it's to emphasize the right things. So instead of over-explaining, you give clients a clear visual reference, something that helps them orient, make sense of the system, and start applying what they're learning without getting overwhelmed. Think of it like a map. A map doesn't show every tree or turn, but it shows enough to help you understand where you are and how things relate. That's what strong visual summaries do. They reduce overwhelm by capturing complexity in a way clients can actually use. And there's strong research behind this. Our brains remember images far better than words alone and actually store them as a unified chunk. A single visual can anchor an entire conversation. Instead of re-explaining everything, the visual quietly does the work for you. And what I notice as a coach is this: visuals, through color and imagery, help clients focus on what matters and make the theory feel real. And when clients have that kind of visual reference, the impact doesn't stop when the session ends. Click below to watch the next video and see how to use visuals between sessions.